guys, welcome to Diary of a Wimpy Kid book reviews. And today we got a special guest. It is episode 15th and the last episode, the deep end. As you can see here, this episode was the only one that the word diary was distorted and the deep end word was photoshopped. And as you can see here, if you look closer, it was real. So, this is the second book. I got it on hardback. And it was the second one I got on balance game. So let's get started. Continuing of the events from the episode 14th, the wrecking ball. After Greg's house was destroyed, everyone has to live in Grandma's basement, and that was a funny scene at first. And you might think living in a basement wasn't a good idea after all. And I read, yes, it was a bad idea to do it. And at the first picture I saw it that everyone in the family was arguing. And there was one con about living in the basement, that is Grandma didn't want to use the bathroom, had to go outside. And Grandma is having fun with her friends, so looks like they cannot go. And when I saw them, they was just so desperate that they needed to. Next, that this episode is some Easter eggs about COVID-19. Just like Greg's dad has a meeting that everyone has to pretend that no one was there, especially when we had Manny there. Manny was 3-year-old and he's kind of out of control. So you can see him in some dad's meetings. Next, when Grandma was having some fun with her friends, everyone had to eat the leftover pizzas because Grandma can't cook. And as I can see, you had to wait for her friends to go out. So Roderick has had enough about this, so he had to heat the pizza up in the dryer. Well, I think the pizza wet. You cannot eat it. You have to find more food. You have to wait. You're hungry and you died. In my alternative thinkings, it was one of my alternative thoughts, so that wasn't real either. And one day, a luck happened. Gammy called Dad about Gary's van, Uncle Gary's van, featured in episode 7, that he was just a kind of guy who only buys some tickets to have some more money, just like the lottery. And he never win. But in the end of the 7th episode, he win. Well, he got $45,000. But somehow, I think he has spent a lot of it, so he ran to work as a rodeo clown in this book, as they said. Just like Gammy said. And he had a camper van that changed everything. But Dad was so mad that he thinks it was the trash car, just like his trash car Uncle Gary got. So everyone wants to have a trip. This is the family suggestions. One is Mom's. Mom says let's just take low on money and go to some cheap places in the town. But Greg said he has too much of it and he knows all the in and out of the town, so he don't want to. And next is Dad's. Dad is a Civil War fan. Well, did you know the Civil War? The Civil War is at the 1860s when the South and the North having some troubles about the black slaves. And actually the North win. But Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. So that was the full Civil War. I'll talk later. He wants to do the reenactment, but everyone wasn't crazy about wearing wool underwear at the middle of August. And you know August is very hot. You grilled up and you died. Okay, it's just one of my alternative thoughts, and I don't think that was funny. And next, Greg wants to go to the track jumper and the frills and spills. Well, I think the track jumper was kind of dangerous that you can fall off. And Mom says it was too scary for Manny, so everyone quit. So that's why we got the camper van. But when Greg's dad looks inside, it was full of trash. And everyone had to clean it. Several hours later, they cleaned up and they started the trip. But let me tell you one thing before the trip. Before the trip, Greg eventually opened the drawer at the kitchen and he found Uncle Gary's old underwear that contained poop. Oh, I can never erase that from my memory bank. Really. And everything started, but at first everyone just stick at everyone's electronics. That Mom let Manny drive when everyone was having lunch because Mom and Manny had lunch first. Everything goes badly at the end. Spoilers alert. Next, Manny drove the camper van, and well, he swears. But hours later, everyone just stick on their electronic devices. Roderick stuck with his iPhone alternatively, and Greg stuck with his Nintendo Switch. Could be because I look at his game console, and Mom took away with the vault. And the vault, I think it was made from metal or silver. It cannot be opened. If you want to open it, you have to know the code. But if you don't know the code, you have to be smart enough to open it. So they tried to, but no. The vault, it was made of hard glass. Just like your glass, you use the phone to put the screen protector. Just like that. But it was thicker and it cannot broke. And it has the timer locker set from 2 minutes to 10 years. But sometimes I still had some crazy thoughts about the people who made that. And everyone had to play road trip bingo that Mom made, but they cannot identify the half of the animals they can see. Well, I thought they see some weird animals, but I don't think so. Let's go into the next event. The next event is going to the trip. First stop, they want to go to the Culpeper's Ravine, but the Culpeper's Ravine was full, so they had to go more. And they stay at the Jungle Park and the Ranger, with the Ranger out there. But they have got some troubles. Let me list out of them. First then is cooking everything. Greg's dad make stewed beef and some beans, but the beans from the package can explode. And when I think of it at the video, I think that was kind of funny, just like a bomb explode. Boom! And next, Mom tried to make everyone sing along with her, but everyone wasn't a fan of sing along anyway. Next, Dad and Roderick has told a very scary story, and Manny is so scared at the woofing, barking sound of the beagle dog that died, and he jumped, and he's burning marshmallow down on Dad's knee. So that was a price tag you had to pay for it. And Mom had to lecture him about it. And next they met a bear. And that was the first time Manny shoot the flare gun. Going to the next event. To the next day, they meet the ranger, and ranger asked them what just go on at the at yesterday, so the ranger kicked them out. So at the time, they found a place named Camper's Eden. That when Greg was in school, Eden named for paradise. That word came from when Adam and Eve was kicked off from the garden because they ate a forbidden apple that wasn't meant to be eaten. But he thinks that was a better choice to eat a cake. Really. So when they saw the whole thing on the bridge, so that's why they named the camper Eden. Next, they booked their spaces onto the in camper Eden, but mom wants to book it into the deluxe campsite, but they're out, so they have to go to the economy. And at the economy site, everyone was making of their spaces, like playing beanbag toss. And later, when they're having dinner, some guy made a lousy aim, so the beanbag fall into the water bottle, so it spilled everywhere. Next, the skunk was found, and it became the siren that everyone had to go into their vans. That, whoa, it stinks, but it didn't stink a lot, and it made some weird smells. But they had to go to sleep. Let's go on to the next event. So the next day, mom recently go on to the computer too much, so when she sees the social media page of her friends, she was jealous because they were having a good time. She tried to, but she failed. Yeah, that was the end of the day. She failed. The next day, Greg met his gang. The ringleader was Juicebox, and the other guys was Big Marcus, Regular Marcus, Fivehead, Weevil, Cutter. Cutter was the guy who had to go onto the wheelchair. And I had a meme that I can't do anything except for this wheelchair. Now the wheelchair broke. I can't do anything. Yeah, that's a meme I made after I think of him. And I forgot to say that mom and the family had to go to canoeing just like mom wants to, but they were ambushed by the teenagers on the hill that fires watermelons. And Juicebox says he and his gang always play there, and they were ambushed by the watermelons, so they got a plan that makes the teenagers wet. So the plan goes good, and they also almost crashed the snack shack because they thought the teenagers were after them. Well, after that, Juicebox had to make a pact to his friends. Then, continuing to the events the next day. Now, I don't have any story about it. Let's go on to the evening. At the afternoon, the mom has found a poster that said, flyer that said, "The pool party tonight," and mom forgot to take some plastic utensils, so she made Greg go to the store. But somehow, he met Regular Marcus there at the same hiding spot they met. So let's continue the story that Regular Marcus said. Regular Marcus checked the flyer that Greg got, and he said he was lucky because the camp director was after us. And he said all of us had to go to brush the snack shack by toothbrushes. Well, that was very dirty, you know. So Juicebox throw the new guy under the bus. It is Greg. Greg has a new name for the gang named Jimmy Dogfish. So at the pool party, the camp director finds him, and he can't find him anywhere. And the alternate thought, I think that Juicebox was caught flying and he was scrubbed. And every guy don't have to. Good ending, because I fought. And next day, everyone was so desperate and panicked because the bridge was broke. Let me tell you why. In the pool party, the bridge broke, and at the Greg's family has skunked by the skunk. And they need some ingredients that they only got from the grocery store at the camp store at the campsite. So they had to go to there, and everyone don't like the skunk smell either. And next, when they had to find the most water source that has much. It is the pet-friendly area, and it was a hot tub. So it was lucky for him. And at the night, everyone turned panic, and the animals gone crazy. Well, Greg's dad has a warning from his phone, said it was a flash flood warning at the night. So they had to go to out of the camp now, desperately. They were so desperate that they had to go to the shallow part, but somehow some part of it broke. And Greg said that he thinks that was kind of important. Well, Manny has out of control again. He shot the flare gun after the bridge was snapped into the camper van snapped into the bridge. So everyone can go back to their homes. And next day, the camp belonged to the Greg's family. The end. Happy ending. Like this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.